Hi, this is Katrina Adams, and you're listening to Brothers on Tennis.
Yo, 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 what's up, everybody? This is your boy Isaac.
And this is your boy Bryce.
And we are Brothers on Tennis. And folks, man, we are coming up to the close of October, the close of the season. I mean, it's been consolidated, it's been condensed, but it's crazy to believe that we're actually wrapping things up. And the women, hell, Bryce ain't got nothing else. They ain't got nothing else. What's up, man?
They got one more. They got one more.
Oh yeah, that's right. The Austria one, I think it was.
Yeah, the one in Linz.
Yeah, Linz. There you go. So they do have one. That's my bad. But yeah, man, it's closing down, man. That makes me kind of sad. But anyway, what's going on with you, bro?
But it gets you excited for 2021.
Yes, it does.
And the best news I think that we have overall is the fact that the tennis community has shown that they know how to put on regular tournaments, Grand Slam tournaments, in a healthy and a safe manner in this environment. And we've had fans and no fans and small fans and close fans, and you know, we've been able to get it done. So that has me very excited for 2021. Even if the tennis and the tournaments aren't exactly the way, you know, we remember them from the past. Right. We've seen in the last 3 or 4 months that we can still have some really good tennis out there for us to enjoy.
100% agree, man. 100%. I mean, yeah, it's different that the stands aren't full, but you do have some folks out there, and the ambiance isn't the same, but hey, the tennis is still good, man. So even watching it from the couch, it's still good. Still good.
And by the way, Bruce, I saw you just joined. Are you out here in California now? Sure. Holler at me. Let me know what's up. But yeah, let's I'm doing good to answer your question. Been watching, the good tennis last week.
Yes.
We got a heck of a tournament going on this week.
Right.
In Vienna, and I can't wait for us to jump into that one. But let's go ahead and face the music on the tournaments from last week.
Let's face the music.
And we'll go ahead and let's start with the women. And as Isaac said a few minutes ago, we had the tournament last week in Ostrava, Czech Republic.
Yes.
And there's only one tournament left for the remainder of the year, and that's going to be the week of November the 9th in Linz, Austria, the one where Coco Gauff is the defending champion. Right. Which, Isaac, I didn't even think about this. I guess technically she's defending champion, but if she doesn't defend, she can still hold on to her defending points.
Yeah, Coco good. Coco is good. She's like, hey, I ain't pressed. I get to keep these points, so I'm cool. In fact, guys, I thought I had heard that is she playing? Because I didn't think that she was actually going to play that tournament.
Oh, maybe she's not. Maybe she's just going to ride with the points. Because I'll tell you this. They said this week she hit a new high at number 47.
Nice. That's good for her. Good
for
her. We need to talk about something just really, really quickly since we're kind of talking about Coco Gauff. I don't know if you caught this or not, but they were on the Tennis Channel. They were doing this complete this sentence type of a game, and they did one as it relates to Coco Gauff, and they was like, with Coco Gauff, what grade would you give her, right? And so the announcer said that they went to Chandler, and Chandler was like, yeah, I give her BB plus, she's been playing well, blah, blah, blah. I tell you what, Nick Pereira came up in there, he was like, look, that young lady gets an A plus. He was like, she is 16. She is out here with all this COVID going on. She getting her play on. She is doing what she needs to do. She's 16. She was like, she deserves an A. I was like, damn. Because when they initially, I love Nick Pereira, dude. Because
me too. Yeah.
Initially, when I read it, I was like, I'd probably say maybe an A minus. And then Chandler came in with BB plus. Shit, Nick was like, look, you ain't gonna be dissing my little sister like that, and gave some side eye too. I was like, all right. And then and Chandler came back and she was like, yeah, with the social justice and everything, speaking out, and Chandler was like, I bow down. I bow down. She was like, I concede. And I was like, good for you, Nick Pereira. You better recognize the fact that, again, Coco Gauff, folks, is 16 years old. We cannot have all these expectations of her. To me, she is A+, and we need to make sure we're thinking about that. So I just thought I would bring that up because I thought that was so funny, and it was so on point.
it's good to keep all of that in perspective because that's where we start to get out of alignment sometimes with our expectations.
Yes.
But the fact that she's even in the top 100 right now is huge. And now we know she's number 47. So
That's right. So again, kudos to Nick Perea for giving side eye to both me and Chanda.
Well, but let's talk about that tournament from last week in Ostrava.
Yeah.
And so I think we had both predicted. Did we both predict that it was going to be Azarenka and? No, we said it was going to be Azarenka and Rybakina.
Correct.
That's right.
And Rybakina got stolen on by Kazatkina, who I was completely dissing. I was like, Kazatkina ain't got no chance against Rybakina. She was like, look, I'm going to show y'all some variety. And she got up out there and started using them little shape and moon balls. And unfortunately, Rybakina could not see it through. So she lost in 3. So we were 50%.
We were 50%, and I think we both picked Azarenka to win.
Yes, we did.
And so, so we had Azarenka against Sabalenka.
Yes.
In the finals, and I guess Sabalenka must have remembered that beatdown that she took from Azarenka last month, and she gave her 2 hoe biscuits in the finals.
Listen, she was like, "Ain't nobody scared of you." You're not going to be doing this up at a final on me. I don't think so. But I tell you what, bro. Azarenka was ill, though. So she had some issues. Right. She was a little off. I don't know if it was dizziness, migraine, or something that kind of came up towards the end of the first set. But regardless, Sabalenka was playing some good ball. And she was like, nah, sister, today is not your day. You done drove me enough. I'm about to get you. And
Venus returned the favor and put a root on Azarenka, and got her good. But I mean, there's no shame in Azarenka losing to Sabalenka. I mean, they were seeded 3rd and 4th. And who was Sabalenka the defending champion?
That I don't know. I know she won that double though.
She did, and good for pointing that out. I mean, she had the best week possible. She won the singles and she won the doubles. So
for the first time in her career, that's incredible.
And I don't believe it's going to be the last time in her career that happens.
I agree with you. She keeps playing with Elise Mertens. I think that they've got a strong doubles team. Well, hell, I know they're ranked. They probably rank number in the top 5, I believe, as far as doubles teams go. So I agree with you. I think she's going to do that a lot more often.
Right. Well, let's talk about, so we know what happened in the finals. Yeah. Let's just talk about a couple of other matchups that happened during the week.
Yes.
And I'm going to throw some things out and try to get your input on these. And the first one that I want to bring out is, what's going on with Pliskova?
It's so funny because I wrote that down. I had questions for you too, so that like that. That is a great question, bro. She definitely has not had a good 2020 as far as coming back from the pandemic and all these tournaments that she's played. She's definitely not found her rhythm. And I don't know. I don't think that it's anything to be concerned about. I think that for her, she just needs to go off and have a good off season and then really start fresh in January 2021. But it is very odd that she's been taking some odd L's of late. Yeah. People have been getting up on her quick.
And I do want to add, Pliskova is kind of a little bit in that group of people that, we keep talking about this new group of women that are coming out. Yes. And Pliskova has not snagged a major yet.
That's right.
And she don't want to miss, what they say in Hamilton, she don't want to miss her shot, right?
That's right.
She don't want to miss her shot. So she might want to get a little serious real quick,
Quietly, yeah. But I'm going to give her a break, like I said, because of all the things that are going on, we're going to give folks a little break. We're not going to read too much into it. Because like I said, Pliskova, she got that strong game. And she, when you can put it on Serena a couple times and a few of them other top players, you're dangerous. Right. So we're going to give you a little break and we're going to see how you come out in the first part of the year. But definitely not a good look for Pliskova this modified season, I will say.
Right.
Yeah. And so how about you, bro? I want to throw something back at you. Tell me, what are your thoughts, similar as far as Svitolina goes. Svitolina was top seed at this tournament.
She was, but I'm going to give Svitolina a little bit of a break on this one. And that's going to be because you and I accurately predicted that she was going to go out to Sakkari. I'm telling you what, Sakkari is playing way above her ranking right now.
Absolutely.
She's a top 10 player as far as I'm concerned right now. So that was a little bit of a tough matchup. You know, it wasn't like Pliskova went out to Kudermetova.
right, exactly.
You know,
it's like
right. But Sakkari, that's not a bad loss.
Quite, yeah, I 100% agree with you. I wrote it down because I was just sort of like, I really, really want to kind of get your opinion on that.
Right.
But again, like you said, we predicted it was going to happen. So Sakkari is playing, like you said, she's playing some lights out tennis right now.
Mm-hmm.
And she's in great shape. She's got a great mental attitude on her, and she's out there to fight. She's out there to get it done, man. So I like that young lady a lot, really do.
Well, and let's go ahead and just mention, Coco Gauff. She lost a little earlier than we wanted her to, but she lost in a third set tiebreaker to the eventual champion. So
the eventual champion.
I mean, you can't. You
can't hate on that. You can't be mad at that. Yeah, it's like when you see a result like that and you're like, yo, she did lose, but she lost to Sabalenka, who, like I told you, to me, she would be that one that's battling to get into that top 10 and kick one of them other ladies out. We talked about this last year. So to lose to Sabalenka is not a bad deal. And again, it's the whole revenge factor as well. Coco got up on her in Lexington, so she was like, nah, heifer, I'm about to get you little young ass. Come up in here messing with me. And so she was like, I'm going to put them things on you just like she did as Azarenka. So this was her little revenge tour as well. She was like, look, I'm about to get my revenge and I'm about to hold up some trophy and get me some coins. That's what's on the radar. That's what's up.
Right. Okay. So, and like we said, even her making it, to what she lost in the second round, that was enough to get her to move up to number 47 in the world. So, and let's not forget, she qualified, so she won 3 matches coming into the main draw. So getting in 4 wins and 1 loss for the week is not too bad.
Not too shabby, I would say.
Right.
Not too bad at all.
And then I guess the last one that I wanted to bring up was y'all girl, Jen Brady. And like I said, she's in this pattern of losing in the first round every other tournament. So she had lost in the first round of the French that just happened. So we were expecting her to do a little something. Yeah. And she did. She made it to the semifinals. Yeah. She also lost to the eventual champion. Right. She got her little snack on the way out the back door with that breadstick. But, how did you think she showed up at the tournament this year?
Bryce, I actually was pretty pleased with Brady's performance because it was in my eyes pretty gutsy because she had a rough one against Kudermetova, if I can get that out. She had a tough one against her because, like I said, she lost that first set and it was getting a little tough. But then she was like, oh, okay, I think I got it now. And she went ahead and got her 3-1 in the second and third.
I'm sorry. She got the breadstick. Oh, I looked at that wrong. Sabalenka, she lost 4-4.
Yeah.
She gave the breadstick.
Yeah,
okay, there we go.
Yeah, she gave the bread to Kudermetova and was like, "Go on, girl, get out of here." And but in that match against Sabalenka, because I watched that match, it was actually a very good match. But again, when Sabalenka is playing Sabalenka ball, there are very few girls that are going to be able to stay with her because she just got a lot of power and she just goes for her shots, man. And it's like and with Jen Brady and the wind up on the forehand, you ain't gonna be able to handle all that power. So to me, it was definitely not a bad tournament for Jen Brady. I thought she did pretty well for herself again, making it to the semis. And I don't know if she's gonna play that last tournament of the year, but she's got a lot to be proud of in this window of time and a lot that she can then go off and build on going into 2021. So I think she's good, man. Now about you, what are your thoughts on her?
I think she's done well. I think I saw that her ranking has gone up to either 24 or 27. So I mean she's really done it. So I'm starting to see a little bit of that consistency that I was looking for with her. I just hate that she kind of gives me this whole Pete Sampras type of persona when she's on the court.
That's
but she's got a good game though, and I hope she continues to do well. And for those of you, which I think all of you are that are online with us that are on Instagram, you should go to Sabalenka's page because her profile, because she did a little dance to show how excited she was about winning the tournament. And, she must have watched that movie Hustlers or something recently. And she got a boogie on. So y'all can go check that out if you want to.
Go get it. And Bryce, we can't leave this topic and we cannot leave this tournament without talking about the match of matches. How you going to lose 10 straight games in a row and then come back and put 12 straight games on somebody? Did you hear about that?
Oh, was that
Sorribes Tormo? Yes. How you just go? It's like, were you asleep? Were you just like, oh yeah, I guess I'm playing tennis instead of racquetball. Let me go ahead and do what I do. How you run a double bagel on somebody when you down 6-4 love?
Look, unless your name is Arantxa Sanchez Vicario, if you got 3 names, you're not doing that on indoor courts.
No.
You're a clay babe, and that's where you need to be, and that's what Sabalenka remembered. She was like, "Oh, wait a minute, you got 3 names.
You got 3 names, and we indoors." She was like, "Wait a minute, something is wrong. That's wrong, man." I was like, "That don't even make no sense. You are down 6 love, 4 love, about to be down 5 love, and for whatever reason, you just like, all right, time for me to play." Yeah. And came back and threw 12 straight games, y'all. 12. That didn't make no damn sense.
She put it on.
She did it, and she backed it up and won the tournament. So there you go. So anyway.
So let's jump to the men.
Yes. Which one you want to go with first?
Let's go with the second time they were playing in Cologne, Germany.
Yeah.
Which still is funny to me that they had a tournament in Cologne 2 weeks in a row. And what's even funnier is that Alexander Zverev won both of them.
Won both of them. He was like, look, y'all need to get about the way.
Y'all in my house. I'm in Germany. And Schwartzman.
Oh, but wait a minute. Let us not. And why were 2 of the 3 finals this weekend feedings? Why we must dig into this. Because, we talk about Sabalenka Azarenka. We didn't talk about the fact she got fed 2 hoe biscuits in the final. 2 hoe biscuits, y'all. Dos.
Yeah. But you said she was sick. So you gave her a pass.
But this one?
Schwartzman, I think, was healthy.
He was healthy. He was healthy and hungry.
And I was about to say he was full after the final because he took that whole biscuit and that breadstick.
Right? Dude.
And he was like, give me some strudel with that while we're over here in Germany.
You got to explain that one to me, bro. Explain that one to me. How you go out with whole biscuit and breadstick?
Look, Zverev he's on the rebound of that loss, really, from the U.S. Open. Yeah. And anybody that ain't in the big 3, he trying to take him out right now.
He's strong. He's like, I'm not even trying to play around with you.
Yeah.
Just get out the way.
But you know what? To be very honest with you, this is the Zverev I wanted to see a couple years ago.
Yeah.
And like we've always said, different players, different people mature at different times, right? Exactly everybody's not going to be winning majors at 17, Right. And, look, because Roger didn't win his first major until he was like, what? 22, 23, or something like that. Yeah. So we saw what he did once he got busy.
Exactly.
But so maybe Zverev is finally, coming around.
Yeah. I mean, his game is tremendous. I mean, let's just call it what it is. He's got a big old game, big old ground strokes. He can have a big serve. Of course, we know the inconsistencies with the serve, but he's got a very, very nice game, and he showed it off these last 2 weeks. Hence the reason why he picked up both of them titles and was like, "Bitches, get out of my house."
Right. Well, and I'll be very honest. I'll say this: I was happy that FAA didn't make it to the finals because I did not want him to get to another final this week and then to lose again. And this is really becoming a story about FAA losing in these finals.
It's so funny that you said that because I was feeling the exact same way. I actually went into that Schwartzman FAA match wanting Schwartzman to win because I felt that he would have a better shot at going against Vera than FAA would because I just don't feel like their matchup is good right now. And besides with Sasha kind of being on the up, and Felix's game is still very much right here. He's still got to work on the variety and still got to work on some things. I just didn't want that for him. So I was really actually happy that he lost to Schwartzman. It was a tough one, though. He played Schwartzman strong, though. Strong 3 sets. And that's probably what was wrong with Diego going into the match. He's like, I had to deal with this Canadian motherfucker over here. And then you got me up in here getting swung on by a German boy up in his backyard.
Yeah. So so Zverev, congratulations to you, man. That was a nice, and it wasn't like he didn't beat nobody because he had to take out Sinner in the semifinals. I actually didn't watch the match.
There's apparently a little bit of fire between the two. There was a little dust up. I remember Zverev hit a serve and it was called out, and so he kind of started walking up to look at it, and Sinner was like, it's out, don't, and he was looking at him like, I'm not talking to you, I want to look at the I was like, damn, and then they had a little bit of chatter on the little cross. I was like, well, okay, got a little fire, got a little some, so
that's good. I want to see more of that with the next gen kind of coming up,
I do too. I want to see some Tsitsipas Medvedev type stuff. I don't want all of it to be kumbaya. I mean, we want some fire. So I thought that was very quite funny. Yeah.
Right. Well, let's talk about the other men's tournament from last week, the European Open, which was in Antwerp, Belgium, and we had a final, which was interesting, of Dimignar and Humbert.
Yes.
And the funny thing is, Dimignar, I thought I had called something with him because in the first round, he was playing Gasquet.
Yes.
And Gasquet served for the match.
Mm.
And he hit a loose, swinging volley that I thought he should have let bounce. He should let bounce and then hit it. And that was the turning point. He missed that. He broke that game. And then Dimignar was like, no. You don't want to win.
You don't want this.
You don't want to win
this.
But I tell you what, Humbert remembered that and was like, man, you have the stench of defeat on you. You have, and I'm not talking about foot odor. I'm talking about when he walked into that finals, he smelt that stuff that was on him from the first round and was like, you have the stench of defeat on you, and I'm about to bring it to you. And he fed him that breadstick in the first set.
Man.
And said, it's my duty to give this to you.
Because you look hungry, Fred. Apparently, right? You look hungry. And Bryce, I'm going to tell you what. I watched that match. I watched that final. I'm liking Ugo Humbert. I like his game. That young man has got a really nice, fluid-looking game. He's got power when he needs it. He's a lefty, so he knows about the lefty swing, and he uses all those things to his advantage. I'm kind of liking him, man. I might have to throw him in the camp.
On the team. Okay.
Might have to. I like him.
Yeah, I don't think that. I mean, he was the most exciting thing for the week for me because the fact that he took out Karina Busta,
He was like, everybody's scared of you and your clay there. Take that back on the clay. Just hardcore.
Yeah, he represented, and I did not pick him to win, but let me give a U.S. shout out though. To Giron for beating Goffin.
And see, once again, and I wrote that down because I want to get your perspective on it. What the hell is going on with David Goffin?
Okay, I'm going to attack this from the other side first.
Okay. Yeah, give Giron some love because he deserves it. He played a very nice match.
He on my JV squad right now.
I like that. Yes.
He on my. I can't put him on the main squad. He ain't producing like that yet. But I like his game, and I like what he has a story already, and the hip surgeries and all that, and he kind of got me roped in a little bit. So I find myself cheering for him, and we're seeing each week his results are really improving.
They're improving.
So he on the on the JV squad, he may be taking Lavich's spot if he don't get himself right. But so anyway, I want to make sure we give love to another up and coming American, because we talk about it all the time. Where are the American men?
Right.
And he's not one of the younger ones.
No.
You know, he's like, 27 or something?
He's kind of mid. I think he might be 25 or 26. I'm not sure if he's that Sandgren age, but yeah, he's... Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah, so you know, like I said, I'm going to follow him a little bit. Go find... You know what? I think you have to stay with him what you have to stay with everybody. With this whole Corona thing, you don't know how people are just all over the place. It's real hard to make a true statement about somebody's game right now. Some people have come back real strong. Some haven't come back as strong. I still think the true test will be, how will people look in Australia?
Right. Agree. Agree. Yep. Because at that point, you'll have your scheduled off season where you can do those typical things that you typically do to get yourself mentally and physically in the right conditioning. So yeah, coming back in January, you're exactly right. That will, to me, tell the tale of where athletes sit and whether or not they are
right.
You know, back on their game, if you will. So that's a good point. Very good point.
But Tiafoe took out my boy Lavich. We talked about that actually last week, and then Dan Evans, you know, kind of got up on him. So we you know, the American men, man, we need to see one really break through. And honestly, I thought we had one. I thought we had Jack Sock back in the day, and then he got injured, and he has not really fully come back yet. But we see him trying. So,
he's trying.
But I still don't think he's ultimately going to be the one. No. So, we keep our fingers crossed.
If I'm being honest with you, Bryce, I don't think we have. I don't think the one is out there just yet. I don't know if it's still in. And not to say that we've got a lot of American male players, and they're good. And I think they're going to be tremendously good. I look at, your Fritz, and you look at your Tiafoes, you look at your Tommy Pauls, you look at your, Riley Opelkas. All of them are very, very good, talented individuals. But when I think about all of them, and then I start thinking about Team, Medvedev, Tsitsipas. To me, it's a tier below, and that is the reason why, for me, I am saying I don't know that I see any of them being the one. If we had a Tsitsipas, if we had a Medvedev, or now you see Rublev coming up the ranks, a Team. To me, those are the guys in this next 5 or 7 year generation, if you will. Right. Those are the guys that are going to be dominating. I do not see any of those Americans being able to stay with those guys as far as competing for Grand Slam titles. And it's not to say that they're not good or talented or anything like that. Right. It's just they're just that level. But like you said, you got your varsity squad, you got your JV squad. To me, our American male players are all showing me that they will be JV players. But you got the varsity.
They're Michael Bivins and Ronnie DeVoe, right? They're not Johnny Gill or Ralph Tresvant, right?
Exactly.
So, they may be able to go off and get a little BBD action going on the side, but, they're not really taking the mic from nobody.
Exactly.
So what we really need is Serena to go ahead and win number 24 so she can get off tour, have another baby, and have a boy, so we can have a guy that comes up and wrecks shop.
That's what really needs to happen. That's what needs to happen. Let's just call it what it is. Come on.
Right. So, let's talk about, we don't have any women's tournaments going on this week, but we do have 2 men's tournaments. Now, we're going to start just real quick with this Astana Open in Kazakhstan because, it's...
Oh, that Sultran one? Oh, Sultran one?
Yeah, right.
Yeah, because
that's the Ronnie DeVoe tournament. We get over here to the Johnny Gill tournament in a minute.
Right.
But, so, and by the way, I love Ronnie DeVoe, so if any of y'all try to go tell Ronnie I was talking about him, Ronnie's actually my favorite one in New Edition, so there we go. But when you look at the draw, these are basically the people that couldn't get into the Vienna tournament. Right.
Exactly.
And I do want to say that I was really happy that where's my boy Tiafoe had a good win against Mutek because Mutek just beat him last week on clay.
That's right.
So that was good. And, we got Tommy Paul beat somebody. And so, that's always a good day.
Yeah, that's always a good thing. I love seeing Tommy get a victory. In fact, Tommy got a real good shot, in my opinion, to win this next match against Albert. Yeah. He really does.
But he don't get sent home the next.
Yes, yeah. Because quietly, so for me, weirdly enough, I don't know why I'm picking this. I actually think John Millman is going to win this tournament. I don't know why.
Well, because there ain't really nobody here, and I'll tell you what, that is a little bit out there.
It's a stretch. Yeah.
But if he can avoid, if the winner between that Tiafoe Kecmanovic match,
yes, that's gonna be a good match too, bro.
Right, that's gonna be his challenge on the bottom half of the draw, and then on the top half of the draw, as long as Bublik doesn't catch fire,
right?
I think
Perry ain't gonna do nothing.
Perry gonna lose to Kukushkin or whoever. He gonna be out there trying to style out with that backhand, and he ain't gonna get the job done.
Exactly. He gonna end up going home. Exactly.
So I don't think that's as far out of a stretch. Personally,
I like the fact that our new boy Karatsev is in the draw. He's playing Andrea Seppi the first round. They're right above that Bublik Mackie McDonald match.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was actually looking him up earlier today.
Okay.
I think he's going to take out Seppi.
I do too. Yeah, I think Seppi is just kind of, he's on the back end for sure. Yeah.
Right. So we spent way too much time on that tournament.
Let's
talk about y'all. If y'all are not paying attention, we have a tournament this week in Vienna that is basically a mini slam.
Pretty much. Yeah.
You have your top seeds are Djokovic, Thiem, Tsitsipas, Medvedev, Rublev. Schwartzman was number 6, but he withdrew. He's still full from that bagel and that breadstick and that hoe biscuit he took in the finals.
Exactly, right.
Gael Monfils, who made a guest appearance, and Shapovalov, who apparently wanted to go hang out with Monfils. So
apparently, right.
But that's about as solid of a top 8 seeds you're going to find in a 500 level event. And if you didn't pick up from kind of my comments, we've already had 2 upsets.
Yes.
And the first one being Monfils retired against Carina Busta. You can see he did something to his shoulder or whatever. He's 0-5 since coming back from the coronavirus. So Gael just need to go and sit down somewhere and get ready for Australia. What do you think?
Bryce, I 100% agree with you, bro. I just think that he was off, living a good life, living the gym's life during the whole COVID, break there, and he was out on a boat, and him and Svitolina, and like I said, you can see that. You can see that he didn't put in the time in the gym, and that's why he hasn't played well, and that's why he got injured. When you're not trained up, you ain't gonna be ready.
And just to be clear, because that's not what gym's life is.
No, that is not. No, it's not GYM. It's GEMS. Let's be clear, right? Yeah, he chilling with Svitolina. Exactly.
Right.
So, yeah.
And then the other surprise today was Rodionov.
Yeah.
The homeboy ended up upsetting Shapovalov.
Yeah, didn't see that one coming at all. And I haven't really looked at Rodionov's game at all, so not sure.
I think he was hyped up.
Oh, okay. When you're at home, it brings a whole nother level of,
Right.
Yeah.
And Shapovalov did not play great. He had, I think, 10 double faults in the match. So, he's not going to win anything like that. The one thing I want to call out about that match today is it once again highlighted my disgust for the way the players are taking advantage of this towel thing. Because let me tell you what Rodionov did. Oh, boy. So he's on the deuce side.
Yeah.
The point is, he's returning serve. The point is over. He walks over to the towel, wipes, rubs down, whatever. He goes to the ad side to return serve. Shapovalov double faults. He then walks back across the court to wipe down again before going to the deuce side. Why did you have to wipe down again after a double fault, which you didn't even serve?
Exactly.
You didn't even serve.
Didn't do nothing.
And it's just the players have gotten so comfortable in being able to just, la, 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 you know, stroll around the court, get towels, wipe themselves down, whatever, and it makes the game too long.
No, I agree with you. And I think in those instances, you got to get players that, in a minimum, have towels on both sides so they're not always just walking, catty corner to go to the one towel.
Yeah.
Have two towels in the little thing because they got one on each side now. So they've definitely been doing that. But I agree with you. I still don't quite get why there is that constant wipe down after every single point, even when you ain't done nothing. Some of them literally go and they dap their mouth and they walk back to the. I'm just like, for real? It's a lot. It's a lot. And I don't know, maybe I didn't notice it as much because the ball kids were always bringing the towels directly to them. So maybe it was just they were doing it and I just wasn't paying attention to it because of the fact that it was so quick because of the fact the ball kid had to run and get it to them and run back. But yeah, man, I'm with you, man. It's annoying. It's annoying.
And Nick, I'm right with you. I mean, shorten the serve clock. I give him 15 seconds.
Yes, exactly.
Make it work or lose a point.
That's it. That's it. Completely agree with that, brother. Completely agree.
But anyway, I don't want to, completely take us off track here. We have this great tournament here where, let me just mention some of the first round matchups we have. Mm-hmm. We have Djokovic against Krajinovic.
Yes.
You have Tsitsipas versus Struff.
Yep.
You have Dimitrov versus Khachanov.
Mm-hmm.
You have, let's go down, the Canadian matchup, FAA against Pospisil. You have Ruud and Sinner.
That's popcorn right there, for sure.
You got Garin and Wawrinka.
Yep.
And I mean, these are all first round matchups. These are matchups that you would see in the fourth round of a major.
Mm-hmm.
And Isaac, let's go to the semifinals. Who do you see making it to the semifinals of this tournament?
Yeah, who do I see? I'm probably gonna go with my usual suspects. Although, there's one matchup that is gonna be quite interesting.
I know which one. And let me guess. You have to be talking about Rublev and Thiem.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I'm going with the upset. I think Rublev is hot shit right now, bro. I think
even
Rublev
with Thiem at home?
Even with Thiem at home, he gonna be like, I ain't scared of you. I'm trying to get my shine back from that damn Daniel Medvedev taking my shine from me. I'm trying to tell you, Bryce. I'm gonna give it to Rublev to take out Thiem and to make it to the final. How about you? What are you predicting?
So you're saying Rublev is in the final against who?
I think he is going to play. Who did I look at up here? It's going to be Novak.
Okay.
It's going to be Novak. I just don't know that I can see anybody getting up on him. And quietly, what's really interesting now that I just remember something though.
Mm-hmm.
See, that's what it is. See, no. Wait a minute. Oh, wait a minute. I think the semi's going to end up... See, I was reading this wrong, brother. I think the semis are going to be Rublev versus Daniil Medvedev. And remember, Rublev ain't got that good of a record against his countrymen. But you know what? He on a tear, though. He's still trying to get that shine back. So I'm still going to go with the upset. And I'm going to say he's going to take him out. He will lose to Djokovic in the final, though. I'm predicting Djokovic will win. Okay. How about you, brother? What's your semis and final and winner look like?
Well, I'm actually on the top. I say the semis is going to be Djokovic versus Tsitsipas. And I think Tsitsipas is going to take out Djokovic for two reasons. Number one, I think Tsitsipas is going to be a little salty for kind of wimping out in the fifth set of that U.S. Open match. Right. And I think he's going to come with it. Number two, Djokovic just has to win two matches to lock up year-end number one.
Oh, okay. which is all he really cares about.
Which is all he really cares about. And I think they were saying that he may even just roll with his winning the Paris numbers from last year. So he might be like, you know what, it's all good. He may, well, he's not going to give it up, but he just might not have the fire.
Right.
You know, and I think Tsitsipas is going to be really fired up for that rematch. So
I agree.
So I'm going to put Tsitsipas in the finals there.
Okay.
And the bottom half, honestly, it's hard for me to go against Thiem at home. He's defending champion. Mm-hmm. He plays really, really well there. He didn't, you know, he went out early at the French. He's been off for a minute. I think he's going to be ready to go. I think he's going to take out Rublev. I think he'll meet Medvedev. Although I want Medvedev to win, I think Thiem is going to take him out. And I do think Thiem is going to defend and take out Tsitsipas in the finals.
Oh, wow. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Ain't nothing wrong with that, bro.
But, you know, Lord knows I've been wrong before. So that's what I'm going to go for.
Nothing wrong with that, brother. I like that prediction. Because honestly, with the men's game, it's you know, there's so many good players, like you said, in this tournament. You can't really go wrong because there's a lot of folks that are just on fire. So it's going to be a good one.
Right.
Yeah, it's going to be a good one.
So we've got a few minutes left here, maybe about 10 minutes. And we wanted to take an opportunity to answer some of your questions on Instagram Live. We are recording this as a podcast the way we normally do, but we're here live on Instagram. And I saw a question up there from Nick where he was talking about what tournaments are remaining. Mm-hmm. And I know that for the women, the only one that's left is the week of November the 9th. You have the Linz Austria tournament.
Right.
For the men, we still have the Paris indoors. Yep. I think there's some 250s, but I don't remember what they are. But for a 1,000 Master Series tournament, we have Paris going. And they still have the year-end championships in London at the O2 for the year. So a couple of more tournaments for the men. December Limoges for women, I don't know what that means.
Okay.
You know,
I think it might be a tournament. It might be another, maybe, you know. Yeah,
maybe
I'm
it's
not really sure.
Yeah. So, what other questions do you have that we may give our bent opinion on?
Exactly. Right?
Right.
Oh, man. Oh, by the way, while they're throwing questions up at us, did you see just at the, I forget what the name of the tournament, but the one where Karen Khachanov went off on the umpire and had to issue an apology, and
I did.
I was like, dang, he went off.
But you know what was interesting about that in his written apology, whatever, he was saying that the umpire apologized to him for the wrong call. Yeah. So.
I mean, but I still feel like, and this is again, this the Hawkeye thing and what have you, line calling. They need to get that in place. Simply put, they just need to get it in place. But I do feel like he was wrong from the sense that you cannot expect a chair umpire to overrule a call that is across the court. You can't expect that, because had he done that, then I could see the reverse happening on the other side where you have who was he playing? Was it Dan Evans or something like that?
Yeah.
I could see then Dan Evans exploding, being like, how, you know, that it just reeks of that whole Serena Williams, Jennifer Capriati, when the ball was like that far in and the chair umpire ruled it out. It's like, that's not your place. Let the lines people do their job. And to me, it was extremely close. Don't know if it was in or out, but to me, I just felt that was on his part. That was bad judgment to take out all that anger on the chair umpire and expect them to overrule a call that's on the far side of the court. You can't do that. You can't have that expectation.
Right.
But yeah. But I mean, I do like the fact though, Bryce, that a lot of people have, again, the fact that he apologized. And then you've got a lot of people that have actually been coming out saying Karen is actually a very, very nice guy. So this is just completely out of boundaries for
character.
him.
Right.
Yeah, out of character. Thank you for him. So I like the fact that at least my judgment of him seems to be pretty accurate. He does seem to be a good guy, and he's been on Team Isaac, so I wanted to keep him there. But after that blow up, I was like, I don't know if I can keep you, son, because you stretching that boundary a little bit. But then he came back and apologized. I was like, all right, you still on the crew, you still good.
Well, I'll tell you what else is interesting is I don't know how many people saw online where Serena took her daughter Olympia, signed her up for tennis lessons, and when she initially signed her up, she said she didn't think the tennis lady knew who she was. And I'm thinking anybody coaching tennis know who Olympia Ohanian is,
Exactly. You got
so. But can you imagine what it must feel like in terms of?
I would not want that job.
Well, and I tell you what I would want to happen. I would want Olympia to go to them classes, and I would want her to learn something so she can come back and give her mama a word so that she can go and get number 24. So she can be like, Mama, I was in the training class today, and I noticed they say you should do this, and you don't do these in your matches. You need to do this.
That's what you need to do.
Do right. So, Olympia, we need you to come through. Come through, Olympia. Come through.
Come through, daughter. Come on, little one. We need you. Motivate your mama. Get her right. Get her right. Be like, Mommy, that's not the swing. That's not what you should do in that shot. Get her right. I'm just trying to say, exactly. Move your feet.
Move your feet.
Move your feet, mama. You sitting there, you on your heels. Come on now. No, we don't want the baby to get backslapped neither, though. So
no.
We don't want that. Because black families, you end up getting the backhand hand.
We know what Serena do. Serena will take her right out to the court. Like, you big and you bad? Come on now. I'll show you how I can move my feet.
All right.
Yeah, that's funny.
She was like, catch the serve, Olympia.
And let me give a shout out. So we acknowledge. I know we acknowledged it with the post, but props to the Tennis Channel for bringing aboard Kamal Murray.
Yeah, looking like Pharrell.
Looking like Pharrell on there. With the good commentary, the good coach analysis. They've brought on two brothers recently with Nicholas Monroe and with Kamal Murray. And I think they are sitting just good enough to where they can release Jimmy Arias. Because I tell you what, that dude there really affects my viewing experience.
Bryce.
I
need to tell you this too. So literally, when I was starting the telecast this morning, and I saw Leaf Shivers, and he started talking, I was like, "All right, cool, they got Leaf."
And
then they showed the partner, and they were Jimmy Arias. I was like, "Listen, look, y'all." That is the expression that I gave. I was like, "Damn it, really? Yeah. Do we have to deal with Jimmy Arias?" I'm sorry, I'm not a fan of his. He's just too. I just don't know. I don't like his commentary, man.
Look, I need to sit down for a few minutes with whoever the talent coordinator is for the Tennis Channel because they made a wrong call on that one. They made a wrong call on that one. That is not his thing. He may have a good forehand, he may have a good heart, and he may have all these other positive traits. But a commentator for tennis, he is not. That is not his calling.
They need to put us on their board because there would be a few of them. That would be what they be getting that pink slip.
Oh,
now you
goodness.
Gone. You
right.
Bye.
Right.
Holla. Because, bruh, I was like, really? Jimmy Arias? Why? Let him go. Stay at home. Oh, my goodness.
We were talking about earlier about the JV squad?
No, they don't even make the JV squad. That's the cutness right there. They don't even make the JV squad. I'm trying to tell y'all.
That's hilarious.
Oh, my goodness.
Bryce. Well, you know what? We should probably cut this now because we have to bounce over to Locker Room.
That's right.
And do our little after show there. So hopefully we're hoping that Locker Room is going to be available for everyone on the App Store in a couple of weeks. But for those of you that do have access, come on over. We're gonna run it up a little bit and talk over there. So watch this Vienna tournament. I'm telling you, you're gonna have some great matches this week. And we will be here next Monday to talk about it all as we usually are. So with that, we're going to go ahead and sign off. This has been your boy Bryce.
And this is your boy Isaac.
And we're Brothers on Tennis. Have a good one, everyone.